Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, and a very good evening to all of you. I hope you all are fine and having a great time. Okay, so let's start today's lesson. We are studying how to talk to anyone, and we are on the page of 151. How to respond when you don't want to answer and wish they would shut the heck up. Okay. One of my clients, Barbara, a minister in the furniture business, recently separated from her husband and business partner, Frank, a mega star in the furniture business. They suffered a long and messy divorce that resulted in them keeping the business jointly but not having to deal with each other. Soon after the divorce, I was at an industry convention with Barbara. Since she and Frank were both beloved in the industry, people were curious about what had happened and how it affected their company. But of course, no one dared ask outright, and Barbara was offering no explanations. I was seated next to Barbara at the gala farewell dinner. Apparently, one of her colleagues at the table couldn't contain her curiosity any longer. During dessert, she leaned over to Barbara and in a hushed voice asked, "Barbara, what happened with you and Frank?" Barbara, unruffled by the rude question, unruffled, what does it mean? Okay, let's open the dictionary and search it. مطمئن, puritminan, unruffled. Okay, mutmain thi. So, unruffled by the rude question, simply took a spoonful of her cherries Jibli and said, "We have separated, but the company is unaffected." Not satisfied with that answer, the woman pumped harder. "Are you still working together?" Barbara took another bite of her dessert and repeated in precisely the same tone of voice, "We have separated, but the company is unaffected." The frustrated interrogator was not going to give up easily. "Are you both still working in the company?" Barbara, appearing not the least disturbed by the woman's incontinent insistence, scooped the last cherry out of her dish, smiled, looked directly at her, and said in the identical tone of voice, "We have separated, but the company is unaffected." That shut her up. Barbara had shown her big winner's badge by using the broken record technique, the most effective way to curtail an unwelcome cross-examination. So, technique number 35, the broken record. Whenever someone persists in questioning you on an unwelcome subject, simply repeat your original response. Use precisely the same words in precisely the same tone of voice. Hearing it again usually quiets them down. Okay, so if your rude interrogator hangs on like a leech, your next repetition never fails to flick them off. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, just read it, please. Trick number 36. How to talk to celebrity. Sponsor, you have just settled in for dinner at a nice restaurant. You looked over at the next table, and who do you see? Is it really he? Could it possibly be? It's gotta be look alike. No, it isn't. It really is Woody Allen. Substitute any celebrity here, your favorite movie star, politician, broadcaster, boss who owns the company, the town, the company that owns the company you work for. And there the celestial body is in the flesh, sitting not 10 feet from you. What should you do? Nothing. Big shots don't slobber over stars. Slobber. Slobber means थूक, राल टपकाना. स्लोबर मीन्स राल टपकाना, यानी जो बड़े लोग होते हैं वो कभी भी स्टार्स को देखकर राल नहीं टपकाते, जो महज़ब लोग होते हैं. Let the luminary enjoy a brief moment of anonymity. Okay, if he or she should cast a glance in your direction, give a smile and a nod, then waft your gaze back to your dining companion. You will be a lot cooler in the eyes of your dinner partner if you take it all in your stride. Okay, now if you just can't resist this once in a lifetime opportunity to press the flesh of the mega star and tell him or her of your admiration, here's how to do it with grace. Wait until you or the luminary are leaving the restaurant. After the check has been paid, and you will obviously not be taking much of his or her time, you may make your approach. Say something like, Mr. Allen, I just want to tell you how much pleasure your wonderful films have given me over the years. Thank you so much. Did you pick up the subtlety here? You are not complimenting his work. After all, he might well ask himself, who are you to judge whether I am a great filmmaker or not? You can only speak from your own perspective. You do this by telling him how much pleasure his work has given you. Okay? So if it is your boss's boss, whom the fate have sent to bask in your adulation, do the same. What is adulation? Chaplusi. That is a good word. To bask in your adulation. Bask means मज़े लेना, लुत्फ़ अंदोज़ होना. Okay, so whom the fates have sent to bask in your adulation, अपनी चापलूसी में खुश होना, मज़े लेना. Do the same. Do not say Bill or Mr. Gates, you really run a great company. Okay, so lowly geek, he thinks, who are you to judge? Instead, tell him what an honor it is to work for him. Obviously, this is not the moment to detail the intricacies of your improvements or like image editing software for digitizing photograph. Then let your body language express that if Woody or Bill or the other megastar wants to leave it at that, you are happy with the exchange. If, however, the megastar is captivated by you or has had so much liquid merriment that he or she has decided to mingle with the mass tonight, then all bets are off. You are on your own. Enjoy until you pick up the first body language sign that they would like to end it. Think of yourself as a ballroom dance student waltzing with your teacher. He leads, you follow, and he tells you when the waltz is over. Incidentally, if the megastar is with a companion of your conversation goes on for more than a few moments, direct some comments at the companion. If the satellite is in such a stellar company, he or she probably also an accomplished person. Okay? So Felicia, a friend of mine, is a talented trial lawyer who is married to a local TV show host. Because Tom is on television, people recognize him wherever they go, and Felicia gets ignored. Felicia tells me how frustrating it is, even for Tom. Whenever they go to a party, people gush all over Tom, and Felicia's fascinating work hardly ever gets mentioned. She and Tom used to love going out to dinner, but now they hide out at home in the evening. So why? Because they can't stand the interruptions of overly effervescent fans. Effervescent. So let's search this word. Effervescent means जोश से भरा. Okay, so effervescent. Let's see the effervescent. I love what you used to be. You has been. So okay, another sensitivity. The film star is probably obsessed with his last film, the politicians with her last election, a corporate mogul with his last takeover, an author with her last novel, and so forth. So when discussing the stars, the politicians, the moguls, the authors, or in any VIP's work, try to keep your comments to current or recent work. Telling Woody Allen how much you loved his 1980 film, Stardust Memories, would not endear you to him. What about all my wonderful films since? Think she stick to the present? Thinks he? Yeah, he thinks. Sticks to the present or very recent past if possible. So technique number 36. Big shots don't slobber. Okay, so people who are VIPs in their own right don't slobber over celebrities. When you are chatting with one, don't compliment her work. Simply say how much pleasure or insight it's given you. Okay, so if you do single out any one of the star's accomplishment, make sure it is a recent one, not a memory that's getting yellow in her scrapbook. If the queen bee has a drone sitting with her, find a way to involve him in the conversation. A final celebrity codicil. Suppose you are fortunate enough to have one at your party. To shine some starlight on your party, don't ask the TV host to say a few words. Don't ask the singer to sing a song. What looks effortless to the rest of us because they seem so comfortable performing is work for them. You wouldn't ask an accountant guest to look over your books, okay, or a dentist to check out your third left molar. Let the dignity drink. Let the luminary laugh. Celebrities are people too, and they like their time off. Okay, I think that's enough for today. Thank you so much. Jazakumullah khair. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.